What's up, y'all, and welcome back to part 2 of episode 189 of the Tricology News Talk. As I've been mentioned before, I decided to do a split 2 episodes for this week because there was a lot of announcements that was announced during Comic-Con this week. So I decided to do a split episode for my regular episode that I normally do every week. So yeah, so we got a lot of things to talk about that was announced during Comic-Con, especially the big announcements that came from Marvel. But I'm not gonna be alone talk about everything from Comic-Con. So I got two of my partners with me today. First off, you guys already know him. He's been on the show many times. And we worked on a lot of films together here in Miami. So everyone, welcome back, Daniel Martin. What's up, bro?
Yo, what up? What up? Glad to be back. Haven't been here in a long time, but glad to be back, man.
And of course, you already know my partner from Respect the Combat podcast, Mr. DL Key. What's up, bro?
Feels crazy, huh? And she was finally on the other foot, but I knew there was going to be some stuff, especially considering Friday stuff went off the rails, and I think you touched on that in part 1 from what I saw in the headlines. But man, it was nuts. And matter of fact, I think I told you about that headline when I saw the tweet.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, we gonna get right into the things right now, but real quick before we touch on everything that was when everything on Comic-Con, I want to get y'all thoughts on some of the big topics that I discussed in part 1 episode. So have any of you guys seen Nope this week?
Still haven't. Need to watch it, to be honest.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, so I did a movie review on that. That one is uploaded on YouTube and Spotify. So I did a movie review on that. So and non-spoilers though. But so you guys can check out that. And what else? And I also mentioned out that that Atlanta is gonna build another studio, a big backlot studio, just like Tyler Perry's, but that one is gonna be owned for African American woman in Atlanta.
So who's going to be over that one? Because I know Tyler Perry's over his own studio, which obvious great, but who's going to be the one over that one for the African American women?
Yeah, when I touched on that, I don't know much about her, but I really did read everything that was reported from blackenterprises.com. I'll send you a link to that one so you can read off that one. And the other thing that I touched on, and I'm glad you're here, Donaze, to talk about it, because we're definitely going to be talking more about this on Respect the Combat podcast. And it was the announcement of Vince McMahon's retiring. So what are your thoughts on him retiring and the statement that he said in his statement that he mentioned in terms of retirement from WWE?
Well, it was like kind of told as by one of the almost shields to one of the victims came out and just spoke what he saw from his experience, because Paul London was on Renee Dupree's podcast on us earlier this week and literally said that Vince and Kevin Dunn tried to corner Ashley Mazzaro. And at the time, it was London and Kendrick were one of the top tag teams in the company, and Ashley was their valet. So, of course, London was going to know some stuff just by looking at people's facial expressions and working with her. So, it was just a weird thing. And but in hindsight, and I hate comparing contrast between promotions, but Tony Khan was definitely out of pocket and out of line for the timing of his comments when he basically outed out Vince and was like, I'm the longest active wrestling CEO. I'm like, bruh, not the time to gloat, and especially for a show that doesn't really deliver. Almost like kicking a stray dog while he's down is how I feel like Tony Khan's Twitter is, and I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah, it is what it is, but hopefully we get some more news on that. But we pretty much cover everything, and we'll probably
What other news other than Vince in jail or more testimonies from the victims? What other news will we get?
Yeah, but yeah. Other than that, we'll get some more news later on when we do our regular Respect the Combat podcast episode. But right now, boys, let's get into the news from Comic-Con this week. So starting off on Thursday, we saw a first premiere trailer for Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves. So that one stars Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, the dude from Bridgerton, the guy that was in the Detective Pikachu, and the one of the girls that the girl that was in the It movies. And so well, I looked at the trailer, so it looks good, it looks really good, but you have to think, will be a hit or will it be a miss? Will this be a hit or a miss?
To be honest, I'm not looking forward to it because you can't really like claim the whole aspect of a tabletop game with somebody going through the journey amongst the players in a theatrical film. I think the last time somebody tried to do it was a few years ago, and man, any board game into a movie is always hit or miss. I don't think there's been a solid video game turn adaptation into a movie that has really hit outside of maybe the original Mortal Kombat movie. And that's just me. So, am I looking forward to it? Yeah, but how would I think of the cast playing a tabletop game and then going, unless they literally go into like thought bubbles, but then it's going to take you in and out of it when you cut back into the players in that immersion. So it's a weird, I think just tabletop games in general are weird ones to pick for that.
Yeah, because the last Dungeons and Dragon movie I saw is a one with Marlon Wayans in it.
There's one with Marlon Wayans.
Yeah, in 2000.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
okay.
and the guy that played the teenage Andy in Child's Play 3. In Child's Play.
Child's Play. I haven't seen that movie in a minute, so I don't remember. But okay, I'll be honest. I didn't even know there was a trailer already out. I knew the cast list was already announced, but I didn't realize there was a trailer. So I need to check out the trailer. But I'll be honest, I'm not really a big fan of just Dungeons and Dragons in general. It's not really my thing. So, I mean, I'll probably watch it, maybe enjoy it, but like, it's not really my thing, if that makes sense. So we'll probably see what happens when it comes out. When does it even come out? Later this year, next year, or when?
March 3rd.
Next year. Gotcha. So yeah, I mean, next year once it comes out, if it gets good reviews, maybe they make a sequel, trilogy, whatever happens, as usual, and we'll go from there. I'm not a big Dungeons and Dragons person, so I mean, this for me, I didn't even know the trailer was out. Like I said, I just knew there was a cast list, and that's about it.
Yeah, so it's definitely a reboot, and it has no connections to the ones that came out in 2000 and 2012. So let's see how this one does in March. And we definitely got two new trailers for Amazon's Lord of the Rings of Power series, and HBO Max Game of Thrones, the House of Dragon. So and I touched on this before. This is definitely going to be a competition between the Rings of Power and House of Dragon in terms of how you guys already know what the genre is, and how famous those two franchises are. So and you guys already know the House of Dragons is going to be released in August, and then Rings of Power is going to be released in September.
Okay. And we're talking August 2022 or 2023?
So this year.
It's gonna be one to look for. No, that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be one to look for because I already saw the trailer to House of Dragons like when it came out, basically what 2-3 days ago, right?
Yeah.
It looked good. That shit looked good, you know. I need to watch the other trailer though. Not gonna lie, but all I know is end of the year is gonna be epic. 2 fantasy series. Goddamn. Which one's your pick, man?
I'm excited for both, but I want to see which one is gonna excite me more.
Right. So as it stands now, which one excites you more?
Right now, the House of Dragons. Right now.
Gotcha.
So from that, we got a surprise announcement that LeBron is going to be on the versus game. And in case y'all didn't know, the versus game is kind of like the Super Smash Bros. Of the Warner Brothers characters. So LeBron's character is going to be from the the recent Space Jam 2 movie that just came out. So and if you guys did not see the first trailer of that guy, you're gonna get Shaggy, you're gonna get Batman, you're gonna get Buzz Bunny on there. Basically all of Warner Brothers properties on there. And this one, like I
Not
said,
really. It's like 16 to 18 from various different eras. Because on top of the LeBron announcement, they also confirmed Rick and Morty.
oh, I got to see Rick and Morty. Oh my goodness, I gotta see Rick.
I just hope they're not as OP as Taz is from the gameplay videos and streams that I've seen over multiverses. And apparently the game is still free. It's going to be free because the beta's out till Tuesday. However, the big thing I'm confused about is if it's going to be free, because all the packs that I've seen through PSN right now, the cheapest one, the standard edition, is like 40. So I hope from what they're saying, it's going to be free to play, pay to win, but we'll see come Tuesday.
Yeah, and then lastly from Thursday, we got a trailer to a new Teen Wolf. I don't know if this gonna be similar to the 2011 series that's going on right now, or wait a minute. This no, actually it's actually a movie. But it is based off the current TV series right now, and it's set to be released on in October. No official date wasn't announced, but it's going to be released October on Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus just getting everything, aren't they?
Bro, it's welcome to the streaming wars. Welcome to the streaming wars. Welcome.
Yep. Basically.
Welcome to the streaming wars. So yeah, that's much of everything that was announced from Thursday. So let's get into Friday. So Friday. So we got an announcement from Dragon Ball, and we're getting a Dragon Ball superhero movie that's gonna be coming out on August 19th. it's which is going to be two separate versions, one sub and one dub. So
in theater or
in theaters.
okay. So the next Dragon Ball Super, and who's the main one in that? Main villain. Or is it continuing from like the current Dragon Ball Super like arc since the last Dragon Ball movie, which I believe was centered around a little further than the Tournament of Power, but the Goku Black arc.
Yeah, so it follows Piccolo and Gohan, as they go on the mission to reform the Red Ribbon Army.
Oh god, so it's future Gohan and Piccolo trying to reform it. Why would they try and reform that?
I don't know why.
At least it's better than the confirmation that we're getting a Dragon Ball Friday the 13th clone that day. Cause
The fuck?
yeah. So Dragon Ball The Breakers and everything I've seen from the game is essentially Friday the 13th, and it's you trying to collect the Dragon Balls and get Shenron to kill Cell as Cell's coming after you. And the last thing you want is Cell to collect the Dragon Balls and give them to Shenron.
All right then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So moving from that, we got an official a date for the Netflix's anime Tekken Bloodline, which will be premiere on August 18th of this year. So Bloodline takes place after Tekken 2 and before Tekken 3 of the video games. So it follows the loss of Jin Kazada's mother and his quest for vengeance against Or by training under his grandfather Hashi Miyashu.
So you're talking about Jin trying to fight, like basically the premise of Tekken 3, Jin reclaiming what happened and trying to recollect what Ogre did, but Ogre was basically a casualty of war. Instead of interrogating him, Jin killed him. So it's setting up for that and the true origins of his devil gene after he killed an accomplice in a sense. So it's real crazy what happened there. And I'm like, yeah, let's move on from that. When it comes to Jin, Heihachi, but of course the series is based off the Tekken, the Devil Gene and the Mishimas, which that will probably never change, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And my only hope is they don't do what the live action one did, and that strays so far from the source material and try and get cute with it, because they have multiple games. And from the character, the second I saw Leroy, I'm like, why are you adding him when he didn't even get added till probably another 20 years later from the timeline they're going? 20, 30 years in real life canon. Who knows how far in game canon, because Kazuya aged, I think, 20 years between Tekken 1 and Tekken 3. So, yeah. I just don't want him to do that. And by the fact they added DLC from the most recent game into this, probably some of the most hated DLC from the most recent one into the series, I'm not looking forward to it, but we'll see. The jury's out till I hear reviews.
Yeah, but we're not done. But we're not done with anime just yet. Keanu Reeves announced that he got a 2-season anime series that's going to be coming out on Netflix. So and then they reviewed a poster kind of little glimpse of what his anime series looked like. So and listen, anything Keanu Reeves does, I'm definitely for it. But that was not the only announcement that Keanu Reeves announced, and we got our first trailer for John Wick 4 as well.
That shit looked awesome, straight up. Can't wait for that one.
Oh heck yeah! Oh heck! Oh heck! And speaking of action series and stuff, so Andrew Lincoln and Daniel Grohr will unite for a new series in the Walking Dead universe next year, and we got our first zombie field teaser image during the Comic-Con as well. So originally this was supposed to be a movie, but I'm glad they decided to go with series because I cannot see any Walking Dead property being a movie. So I'd rather it stick to be in a series.
That was epic. Okay, here I'm a huge fan of The Walking Dead, and I mean originally it was supposed to be a trilogy with Universal, and then that shit went down during the second COVID hit, and then there was some restructuring on AMC's part, and we didn't hear shit for a long time till literally yesterday, the day before, when we heard that whole announcement of it being a series, and that's gonna be a series. So and they announced that the first season is gonna be 6 episodes. Like that comes out next year. That I'm excited for, and then I mean that's probably gonna be an ongoing series for some time because I mean it's Rick Grimes, Michonne, the king and queen of The Walking Dead at this point. I mean, and people want to see them again. Just saying. So can't wait to see what happens with that. There's a million theories going on left, right, and center about what's going to happen with there. So I can't wait for that. And then, I mean, to be fair, that's not the only news that came out of The Walking Dead. There was also the whole Tales of the Walking Dead trailer that came out. I'm not sure if you saw that, but that shit was epic. I can't wait for that, which comes out like in 2-3 weeks from now, straight up. So
yeah, they showed that.
That's gonna be epic. Terry Crews is in that show, by the way, for like an episode or two. In Tales of the Walking Dead. That shit's gonna be epic.
Yeah, they showed that trailer last night. But when they announced Andrew Lincoln's new series version of The Walking Dead, that was announced on Friday. So the one you're talking about, the Tales of the Walking Dead, that was announced last night. So so that one looks interesting as well. So but I feel that Andrew Lincoln and Daniel Gould are the real stars when it comes to the Walking Dead franchise.
Oh, for sure.
Because like in the original series, before we got the spinoff, like the Fear of the Walking Dead, all that other stuff, like the original series, like the last couple of seasons kind of died afterwards. Like people were not interested anymore. So so I feel like maybe these two new series might interior fans back to the Walking Dead franchise. But
I mean, what happened is that during seasons 8 and 7 and 8, I believe, they had the savior arc, the savior war arc, and that took too damn long, and that's what turned a lot of people off from the series. And then they made some bad decisions by killing off certain characters that should have never been killed off in the first fucking place. And also the whole bullshit behind that and how they treated the actor as well. So I mean that's really what pissed off a lot of people. And of course, Andrew Lincoln being the head man, the biggest actor on that set, and for the whole Walking Dead, he obviously found out, especially in regards to what character it is. And he didn't like that, so that basically pushed him to take a break from The Walking Dead. And of course, he's back now, but that gave him the final push to take that break from The Walking Dead. And because of that, that's what turned off a lot of people from The Walking Dead. Now, in the past couple seasons, season 10 and season 11 right now, Angela Kang, the current showrunner, she has brought a lot of those fans back, but people want to see Andrew Lincoln. People want to see Donaze as Rick and Michonne because again they are the king queen of The Walking Dead. Michonne, her actress Donaze, she wanted to do her own stuff. I mean, she was in Black Panther and Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, of course. So there's that, but she also wanted to do her own series. She also wanted to do some stuff on Broadway as a producer, if I'm not mistaken. So she also wanted to do some other endeavors. But now she's back, and we'll see how that turns out. But I can't wait to see how that new series comes out. And as for Tales of the Walking Dead, I mean, that's an anthology series. I think the first season is like 6 episodes. Yeah, that's gonna be an anthology series. So every single episode is gonna be a different story. So I mean, that's gonna be epic. We have one with Terry Crews, which is him as a survivalist type. We have one the finale of the first season. It's confirmed to be the I guess the origin story. I guess that's one way to put it of the Whisperers. As specifically Alpha, which is one of the main antagonists in recent times in the recent seasons. So that's going to be an interesting story in how they do it, especially because for me, despite the fact that Alpha is a huge character and she is a fan favorite and I do like her, I don't think that's a story that needs to be told because it's already been told in a way twice already in the series. So I don't really know what else there is to explore in that story. I'm still interested, but I don't think that's an origin story that needs to be delved into again. And the thing with the series is they have confirmed this, especially, of course, they have this with Alpha right now, but they have expressed that, hey, we can see characters we've seen in the past. We can see their origin stories. So that'd be very interesting. And I know the actor who portrayed Tyrese, Chad Coleman, he's expressed interest in wanting to return. So there's that. So they have talked about in the past about there being a villain's origin story series. But again, that was pre-COVID before the whole AMC restructuring as well. So it's interesting. So that is one thing they are clearly planning on doing. They are clearly planning on exploring past characters and their origin stories as well as new characters. So I think that anthology series has a lot of potential because they could explore so many avenues. And I think that show may be one of the more important shows within the series alongside main series Walking Dead and the Rick and Michonne series. And that's not to mention that we do have some other series in the works. We have the Daryl spinoff and we have the Maggie and Negan spinoff, Isle of the Dead, which is set to take place in New York, Manhattan. So, and there was a video, like not a teaser video, but there was like a video that Lauren Cohen and Jeffrey Dean Morgan, the actors for Maggie and Negan, they posted a video, or AMC posted a video, better said, about them saying something like, "Oh, I wish we could be there at San Diego Comic-Con, but we can't because we're filming. Can't wait for you to see it." So, of course we didn't see anything, but it was cool to see that video in and of itself to begin with. Anyways, I'm just excited to see what The Walking Dead has to bring in the next year, basically, especially with the Rick and Michonne series, the Daryl series, the Isle of the Dead, Tales of the Walking Dead, everything that's set to come. Fear the Walking Dead, even though that kind of went down the drain in the past couple seasons, but that's a whole different story. But yeah, can't wait to see what's about to see in store in the Walking Dead universe.
Yeah, and while we're still on the horror genre, last night we got a premiere season 2 trailer of Chucky. So yeah, this one follows up from season 1, and if you guys have not seen that season 1, I'm not gonna spoil too much of that. But yeah, other than that, from last night's announcements, Seth MacFarlane announced that all 3 seasons will be streaming on August 10th on Disney Plus, while new episodes are going to be released on Thursdays on Hulu. And what else? And then lastly, before we get into all the DC and Marvel stuff, we got a My Hero Academy. It says season 6 announcement.
My Hero Academy or My Hero Academia?
My Hero Academia, season 6. That's gonna be released on October 1st. October.
Nice.
So yeah, that one's gonna be excitement to see. So yeah, so we got all the other stuff out of the way. Let's get into some DC announcements first because because DC don't really had a lot of stuff announced the way that Marvel did. So let's get all the DC stuff out of the way. So we got a new trailer from DC, which is from Netflix. It's called the Sandman. So yeah. So one thing about the Sandman series. So like in 1966, Morpheus, the king of dreams, and one of the seven endless is captured for their oral ritual. After being held captive for 106 years, Morpheus escapes and set out to restore order to his kingdom of the dreaming. So
Bro, that trailer looked amazing. That was awesome.
yeah, and the guy and one of the guys from well who did the original Blade series that Wesley Snipes, I think it was David Asgore, is gonna be it's one of the creators of this series.
Oh, that ass.
Yeah.
Nice. Bro, bro, that's nice. Have you read the Sandman miniseries from like a couple years ago?
Yeah.
Bro, that honestly, if they take some inspiration from that series, that little miniseries, I think they could go. This could be a really good show. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be a miniseries as well or like a long-term series, but I mean, Sandman is one of the most visually stunning characters. That's one way to put it. I guess like when you read a Sandman comic, like all the all the panels, all the images, all the art. That's why it is basically art. So if they could basically transfer that on screen, that's gonna be mind blowing. That's gonna be epic. You know what I mean?
Yo, yeah. And speaking of the series, it's gonna be 10 episodes for this series. I don't know if it's gonna be a mini series or we'll see like after when everybody watch all 10 episodes, and we'll see if there's gonna be another season come out.
When does it come out again?
August 5th.
Gotcha.
August 5th. So I'm expecting it to be very dark, and I don't think it's going to have any connections with the DC extended universe. So I think it's going to be its own universe. I know it's
nice.
So yeah. So after that, so excuse me, y'all, while I do this, and don't hate me, Don, when I do this. Finally, The Rock has come back to Comic-Con. So we gotta, yeah. So
at least you didn't do it directly into the mic.
yeah. And we got a sneak peek of Black Adam. So I got some notes here explaining everything that was announced for Black Adam. So Black Adam entirely, his character is kind of like Dirty Harry like character. So everything from the justice of a hero that like the Hawkman and Astro, they trying to make him to be a good guy, but like he wants to do everything like the Black Adam. He wants to do everything his own way because everything that happened in his past, now, like you're a hero. You're not supposed to be killing people, and so well I do. So that kind of explains why his character is like Dirty Harry character. So I kind of understand that. The film will introduce a new era of DC films. I don't know about that because like we haven't got any announcements of in terms of the Flash with the whole Ezra Miller thing, and also with Amber Heard's craziness from Aquaman. So I don't know what new era is going to be for upcoming DC films. Viola Davis, Amanda Waller is going to be in this movie as well. Superman remains uncertain because we haven't seen Henry Cavill there. There people say he was going to be there, but he wasn't there. So and the film also finished the reshoots that they did. So it's cleared to go for the October release this year.
I am curious to know about that whole new era stuff too, because I mean, the Flash is doing Flashpoint. Forget the whole Ezra Miller shit aside for like 2 seconds. Flashpoint is the one that's supposed to, the story of Flashpoint is the one that's supposed to restart the universe. That's how it is in the comics. Ideally, that's how it should be for the DCEU. You know, and again, that's when you have to. Yeah, let me rephrase that. And again, like I said, forget the whole Ezra Miller situation for 2 seconds. Just look at the whole Flashpoint story in and of itself. So I'm curious to know about what that whole new era of DC thing is about. But hopefully new era of DC just means good movies from here on out. Because I mean, yeah, we've had some good movies in the past, don't get me wrong, but they've been hit and miss in my opinion. So hopefully from here on out, it's just good movies. And then The Flash with Ezra. And then we'll see what happens from there.
So my biggest question with everything that you said, Trico, and this I think has to be with the entire industry right now. How the heck is Amber Heard still out? Amber Heard still out with everything, considering her defamation of character lawsuit that she had with Johnny Depp that still
is she
the
still
damage
confirmed to
somebody's
be in
life.
Aquaman 2? Question, is she even confirmed to still be in Aquaman 2? Like,
Well,
what's that deal?
Well, the latest news I heard for Amber Heard, like all of her scenes got cut out from the movie.
I heard that too, but I also heard that her scenes were integral to the movie, because rumor has it that in the movie she's pregnant with Arthur's baby. That's what from what I understand. I mean, again, Aquaman 3, they could always just recast her. I mean, it is what it is, but like, again, that's a like Don said, that's a whole different industry question at that point.
Especially when Bad Boys is all up in the air and getting ready to fire Will Smith, but saying it's still gonna go on with industry backing. But yet, from what you're saying, Aquaman may be backed, but it's like with Amber Heard after everything.
I hesitate to say it's a complicated situation because it really shouldn't, but Hollywood, so they're gonna make it complicated.
Yeah, they're gonna make
and watch it turn into a race thing.
Yeah, but
race thing.
Amber Heard over Will Smith.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, I don't think, because Sony said that they're still
too.
Yeah, Sony said they're still moving forward with Bad Boys 4. So despite everything that happened at the Oscars, they're still moving forward as it turns.
I mean, the thing with that is, Will Smith didn't have to go to court to appeal his case, nor did he lose miserably. I mean, if anything, Will Smith apologized for the incident like the very next day. So, and also Will Smith doesn't have the ego the size of Timbuktu. So there's that too. And also, unlike, Will's also not like appealing left and right every single fucking decision, unlike Amber Heard. So there's that too. I mean, I think best case scenario, they just recast her in Aquaman 3 or whatever movie Mira is supposed to appear in next, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it. So so Will Smith, he apologizes. So we're moving on from that. But as far as Amber Heard and Ezra Miller concerned, we still don't
know what industry they're involved with right now. There ain't no moving on from that. There's always going to be somebody to bring that up.
Tell me about it. This war is full of, tell me about it. This war is full of politics and everything. Full of politics.
Oh yeah.
But we still don't know what's going on with the Flash. I think that one's supposed to be coming out in June, and we still don't have it. The latest updates that I did in one of my past episodes from that I did on the Flash is that they was going to make it an HBO Max exclusive, but now they was like, no, let's stick with the theatrical release with the Flash. So hopefully we get some more announcements or updates in terms of the Flash. But
the problem with the Flash is, if we're gonna compare it to the Amber Heard situation, Ezra Miller is the lead character in the Flash. Amber Heard's a supporting character at best, So it's one of those things, like, whether they release it directly to theaters or they release it on HBO Max, they're gonna lose money in a sense, one way or another, because everybody knows who Ezra is, everybody knows who his character is, and everybody knows all the allegations and all the news behind him, so to speak. Everything he's done. That movie's, I don't know how the hell that movie's gonna really come out, and I don't know. I don't really see a way to promote it in a sense with Ezra as a lead. They kind of have to make I guess they have to promote it more with like Michael Keaton and whoever else is in that movie, because there's no real way to promote it with Ezra, given all the trouble he keeps getting himself into. You get me?
Yeah, I understand that. But moving on from Amber Heard and Ezra Miller's craziness, so we got all the updates from Black Adam. So let's talk about the updates for Shazam and the Fury of the Gods. So we got our first trailer for that. So we got so the sequel is definitely a Christmas movie, as it was in the first movie. The sequel is set a few years after the first film. The villains are the daughters of Antilles, which is played by Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu, and sign me up for that. And the sequel, it has a bigger budget than the first one. Shazam 3 is a possibility, but there is no current plans for the future with Superman and or Black Adam.
Can you repeat very fast who the villains were?
Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu are playing.
No, the characters. The characters are playing.
Helen Mirren is playing Hasper Mirren. I think that's how you pronounce it. And Lucy Liu is playing K Plasso. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No, but that trailer, that one I can't wait for, because that one's pretty good, especially because the first one was so good. That one's gonna be epic too, I think. Hope to see what comes out of that one.
Yeah, that one comes out 4 days after Christmas, before Christmas, December 21st. Before Christmas. But that one's gonna have I think that one comes out on the same week as Avatar 2, I think. Hold on, wait. Let me see one sec. I think it comes out. Oh no, Avatar 2 comes out on December 16th. Okay. I thought they was in the same week, but at least they moved forward from that. I thought they was in the same week.
I mean, either way, there's still competition.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really matter what way you cut it.
Yeah, that month and a half of holiday movies is going to compete and try and overlap each other for the end of time, so it really doesn't matter.
But yeah, that's all the DC announcements that we had. So let's get into some Marvel news. So yesterday, not yesterday, on Friday, before they had all the big announcements yesterday. So on Friday, Marvel announced that I Am Groot short series is coming in August. I think, what was the date of it? Well, good. Let me see, what was the date? I Am Groot. What was it? August 10th. So yeah, so this one's gonna be a short series. Like each episode is probably gonna be like 5 or 10 minutes or something like that. So we got a trailer for that. And yeah, on Friday, the What If season 2 and the X-Men 97 is coming out in 2023, which that one's going to be a part of phase 5, but we don't have the official dates for those. Spider-Man the freshman year will debut in 2024. And then the Marvel Zombies, they haven't put out a date for that one, but that one's gonna be rated the TVMA. So that's gonna be very interesting. I think this is gonna be Marvel's first not saying like radio R, but kind of like a very like scary type rating, kind of similar to the Multiverse of Madness, if you want to give a take. Give a take.
Yeah, it's like you have to come out with the hot A for the heavy hitters because it's like just as that happens, you're gonna have like 10 movies of very high like anticipation overlapping each other. So it's just crazy what all and how much is coming out like around that time.
Oh yeah, and then but that was Friday. The before we get into all the dates that was coming out, but let's get into the details that was announced. So as you guys already know, the MCU's phase 1, 2, and 3 is the Infinity Saga. So they announced that Marvel's phase 4, 5, and 6 is now being titled as the Multiverse Saga. So that kind of makes sense where they're going from here. And so Black Panther's Wakanda Forever will close out phase 4, and then Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania will start phase 5. And and speaking of Black Panther, we got our first trailer for Wakanda Forever, and I got the official movie plot of the movie as well. So it reads: the Queen, Shuri, M'Baku, Akadobi, and the Doge Mirage are fight to protect their nation from intervening war powers in the wake of King T'Challa's death. As the Wakandans strive to embrace their new chapter, the heroes must band together with the help of the war dog Nikita and Everett Ross to forge a new path of the King of Wakanda. So we got our first glimpse of what Ironheart and Namor characters look like in this trailer as well.
So I might say something a little crazy, but it's more so like where everybody I think is when it comes to these extension of these series, like how everybody was after Paul Walker's death and the continuation of Fast and Furious. We all knew the series was going to continue because it makes the studio a lot of money. Does it feel a little weird that we're watching something without an integral piece of the canon of the story, but also an integral piece of like the lineage of that franchise? And I think still calling Black Panther what it is without T'Challa's character, or should I just say without Chadwick's character, is so odd. And it's going to be something I think a lot of people got to learn to accept. However, do I think it's going to be easy? Oh, heck no. Because we all have seen like a lot. We've all seen a lot of what anybody does for that.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to be hard without the. Let me just say this: everybody, bring your tissues when y'all see the funeral scene. Everybody, bring your tissues.
Bro, people started crying when they saw the little mural on the trailer alone. So, yeah.
That's why I said bring your tissue to bring your tissues.
That's gonna be the first scene. I feel like that's gonna be the first scene right out the gate. The funeral's gonna be right out the gate. I'm calling it right now.
I mean, it kind of has to be to move
Yeah.
on with the series.
True. How do you think he died within canon? Ugh. God damn. That's a morbid thought.
Exactly why I think a lot of people are going to be. It's going to be hard for a lot of people to watch the movie.
Because I mean, like, I don't know.
Yeah, and speaking of that, we also got a new trailer for the She-Hulk series. So this trailer was more better than the first one because we also got a little glimpse of Charlie Cox as Daredevil. So that in that little glimpse at the end of the trailer, so it shows that he's wearing his yellow suit in the series. His yellow suit. He's wearing his yellow suit.
I thought that was pretty cool because honestly, I didn't think they were ever going to show the yellow suit because I mean, it just seemed too goofy to make it in live action, if that makes sense. And because everybody already knows the suits from the Netflix series, so for me, there wouldn't have been a reason for that to be the yellow suit. But it's pretty cool that we have it now.
Yeah, so that series is gonna be released on August 17th with 9 episodes from there. And then what else? And then also we got to mention that that Black Panther Wakanda Forever, that's gonna be released in November as well. So we pretty much got all of phase 4 out of the way. So let's get into phase 5 as we move along. So in phase 5, we got a first exclusive poster image of the Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania shared by the director of visual development, Andy Parker. And it shows Scott Lang's daughter Cassie suit up as well, with also Kane the Conqueror looming and in the background. In the background.
So I'm probably gonna say a possibly unpopular opinion right now, but I'm honestly not excited for King the Conqueror like at all. Like, here's the thing, like, I forget the actor's name right now. He's a good actor. I just didn't like his interpretation of the character in Loki. And I know this could be a different interpretation because it's a variant, right? But like, it just kind of turned me off from the character, so I'm not really that excited to see the character again, if that makes sense. So I'm kind of curious to see how that goes from here on out. Especially with the whole multiverse thing, and I already have my own issues with the whole multiverse, the way they're doing it, because I just find a lot of plot holes in it. But I'm not going into that discussion right now because I could be here for hours. But I'm just hesitant to see how this turns out, basically.
Yeah, so hopefully we get a trailer around the winter time because this one comes out in February. So we got a long way to go. So but you better get used to Kang, who is played by Justin Majors. So because he's gonna be a real big, huge part of the multiverse right now. And moving on from that, we got an announcement that the Marvel's Secret Invasion is going to be streaming in spring 2023. And yeah, what else from the for the announcements that we got? Let me go to my list here. Hold on one sec. Okay, yeah. So Secret Invasion in spring 2023. So you're looking at between March and May. between those times. And then on May 5th, we're getting Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Again, like I said before, when I say get your tissues for Black Panther Wakanda Forever, we'll get your tissues for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, because you're going to respect one of the Guardians to die. That's all I'm going to say. That's all.
Who do you think dies?
I would say Rocket and Drax.
My pick is Drax. Yeah.
I was gonna say Drax too, because I'm like, whose contract is pretty much like close to being up.
That and who wants to get out of there first? And Dave Bautista has said some shit. Just saying.
Yeah. So like I said before, get your tissues for that one, because that one's gonna be emotional as well. And Echo, another series, gonna be coming out in the summer of 2023. So maybe around between May and August, around that time. So and I do expect Daredevil to show up as well in that one as well, along with Kingpin in the Echo series. Then we got Loki season 2 coming out next summer in 2023 as well. And then we got the Marvels coming out on July 28th in 2023. So if you guys have not seen the post-credit scene in the last episode of Miss Marvel, so yeah, that kind of sets up the Marvels there. And then we got Blade coming out on November 3rd, 2023. Then we got Ironheart, which she will make her first appearance in the Black Panther Wakanda Forever. So her series is going to come out in fall of 2023. So I would say between September and November, around that time. And then we're getting Agatha, the Convey of Chaos. It said, so this one says be winter 2023 or early 2024. So I would say between December and February, around that time. And then we're getting a new Daredevil series, Born Again, which is going to be coming out in spring 2024. So that one's going to be an 18 episodes series. 18 episodes. I'm like, what? 18? Good grief. That's going to be a lot. And then we got Captain America New World Order coming out on May 3rd, 2024. In case you guys already know, Sam Wilson, who was originally Falcon, has taken over the Captain America shield and everything. So and then lastly, to close out phase 5 is Thunderbolts on July 26th, 2024.
It's crazy, man.
Oh yeah, it's definitely crazy. And man, like if y'all think that was crazy, but like, oh yeah, they was like, oh, we're not done yet. We got some little more. We got some more for you. So they go on right out of the gate. Announced that the announcing phase 6 will begin. Well, they when they first announced phase 6, they put out Fantastic Four Force. But in case y'all didn't see, when they put out the timeline, there was there's a project that's supposed to be coming out in the fall, right before Fantastic Four. We didn't know who that was, but they haven't announced that yet. If you guys had saw the timeline that they put out there, but until then, Fantastic Four, it's gonna start off phase 6, and that one's gonna come out in November 8th, 2024. Then we got two new Avengers movie. And this one is interesting. This is gonna come out in the same year, but months apart. That's kind of different from what they did from Infinity War and Endgame. So the first Avengers movie, the Kane Dynasty, will be in theaters on May 2nd, 2025, and then the big one, Avengers Secret Wars, is comes out November 7th, 2025. So my thoughts on this is that when they do Kane, the Kane Dynasty, so I think Kane is going to get killed in this one, so that sets up the oblivion of bringing the whole other Marvel characters into Secret Wars, and also like doppelgangers as well. So yeah, that's why I feel that's going to set up Secret Wars for that one. But as you can see from Phase 6, not a lot of stuff wasn't announced. So I feel like they're gonna save some stuff for when they go to the D23 Expo, so where that's all Disney property. So I feel like they're gonna save some stuff for D23 Expo if they're gonna announce more for Phase 6. For Phase 6.
I mean, there's definitely gonna have to be some shows in the mix to begin with, because I mean, Phase 6 can't just be those 3 movies, you know. So I'm assuming there's gonna be some shows in the mix, and then, like you said, you have that one secret project that's in the works, and then not to mention, there's been talk recently of Deadpool 3. So maybe that's in Phase 6, maybe that's Phase 5, maybe that's something else. Who the hell knows? But there is talks about that. So I mean, maybe they save it for D23. Maybe they save it for next year, San Diego. Who knows? But I don't think it's gonna be just those 3 for Phase 6. You get me?
Yeah. So, but yeah, there's gonna be a lot of stuff that's gonna put in to fill the gaps. And but when it comes to film, we still got a Deadpool 3 announced, that's in development. Spider-Man 4 in development right now. A Shang-Chi sequel coming out as well, and also the Mutants movie as well. Well, that's when it comes to the movie stuff. And then for the series, we did mention earlier that let me go back to the notes here. We did mention that What If Season 2 and X-Men 97 is going to come out in 2023. So you can expect those to be in Phase 5. But and then Spider-Man Freshman Year, I think that's going to be a part of either Phase 5 or Phase 6.
Is X-Men 93 even part of the MCU? Like, or what's the deal with that? Because I thought that was just a continuation from the original series.
Well,
and then same thing with Freshman Year, because there's like people are confused what the hell the deal is with the Freshman Year. Is it even part of the MCU? Because originally they said it was going to be Peter Parker's origin story, but the plots they're giving us already doesn't correlate with the origin story we know in the MCU. So people are like, is it MCU or is it not? So like that's another question. Are those even in the MCU? Or I mean, I guess it could always just be multiverse, but if they're multiverse, they would say they're multiverse, right?
Yeah, but it is part of the MCU. And if you've seen the season finale, Ms. Marvel, they did mention mutants in the season finale.
I mean, yeah, they mentioned mutants, but that doesn't, just because they mention mutants, that doesn't mean that X-Men 97 is part of the MCU. That could always just be its own separate thing. I don't think just because they mentioned mutants, those 2 are correlated.
Well, we did see a familiar X-Men in the Multiverse of Madness. So they kind of starting slow here until we get to Phase 6, because that's where you see Fantastic Four and all the X-Men characters. That's where I think that's where they're gonna show up in Phase 6. So they are taking little baby steps from there. So from there, they're taking little baby steps.
Right.
But and also in Phase 4, I forgot to mention there was supposed to be a Halloween special, which I think is going to be Werewolf by Night in Phase 4. That's a Halloween special, and then the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special as well. It's part of Phase 4. Phase 4. And then let me see what else. Oh yeah. So as far as the TV series are going, we talked about Marvel Zombies, which I think that's also probably going to be part of either Phase 5 or Phase 6. We talked about Spider-Man freshman year, but and also we're getting Spider-Man for sophomore year. So we're getting two prequel series for Spider-Man, and also Armor Wars is supposed to be coming soon. The Nova series, the Wakanda series. They did announce What If season 3, and then the Wonder Man. So those are the other future series that's going to be coming out soon. So I expect those to fill the gaps for Phase 6 or maybe Phase 7 down the road. Depends on when they start production and all that other stuff. So but yeah, that's pretty much everything that was announced from Thursday from last to last night. Everything that was announced. So we're probably gonna get more announcements later on tonight. I don't expect to be a lot of big news like they did last night, but if anything, I'll give you guys some more updates as well for that one. But what are your guys' thoughts on everything that was announced from last night to last Thursday? To last Thursday.
I think for me, and I kind of had a feeling because, well, pandemic the last couple of years wasn't that big on the anime side of things. So I'm looking forward just to seeing what the next couple of years had, like, till from now to 2025 has in store when it comes to a lot more of the anime and the gaming community. Because at the end of the day, dancer, combat sports aficionado, and sports world aficionado, and a lot of these companies haven't even really like done anything because it's like haven't been able to get in person. Like heck, NRS like basically had to shut its doors with everything they've got going right now. So I'm very intrigued in the next couple of years what is going to happen with everything.
For me, well, I mean, clearly, well, I mean, for starters, I'm clearly excited for everything that's going to happen within the whole Walking Dead universe because favorite show. So I'm very excited for that. John Wick, can't wait to see that as well. Um, but then that aside, with the DC side of it, I'm just curious to see how we progress given recent events and what this new era or new age of movies is supposed to be. But I feel like we could probably see some good stuff. They just need to fix their shit, essentially. That's for Marvel. I'm very intrigued to see how we go forward, especially because, at least for me, I haven't been the biggest fan of the whole multiverse saga yet. There's some good sports. There's some good stuff I like. There's some stuff that I'm kind of like why, basically. And there's just a lot of questions I have, and I don't think they've answered it appropriately in my opinion. But I'm still, it's Marvel, so I'm gonna watch it either way. You get me? So I'm very excited for that. And then just like Don said, like next two years, just see how everything is, culture wise, and see what kind of media we get out of it. Not the I'm not the biggest anime fan, but if there's something that intrigues me, I'll watch it for sure. Um, Probably have to catch up on My Hero Academia. I haven't seen that shit in a minute. So, yeah.
Yeah. So that's everything. So like I mentioned before,
At least it's better than repackaging a IP from like 7 years, from like the 6-7 years ago that like went under within like 2 updates. Yeah, that's what happened with Friday the 13th. Like the
Yeah, it did. Yeah, you're right.
IP like went down within 2 updates because they didn't have the rights to it.
I forgot that was a thing. Goddamn, you're right. Shit, I forgot that was a thing.
yeah. So the next from now to 2025 is gonna be very interesting. So like I said before, when it comes to Marvel, hopefully we get some more news coming up for the D23 Expo. So if they get more news announcement there. So but until then, we just excited for everything that was announced from Comic-Con this week. And but other than that, that's all that we have for you guys today. So Dom and Daniel, I'm giving you guys the floor here to announce anything that you guys got going on before we wrapped up. That you want to share anything? Want to share?
RTC next Friday, and oh boy, it is a big one. Not only covering a man's last match that is spawning from attempted murder, we're recovering the end result of a lot of rape allegations toward WWE, and previewing and recapping, I think, about 6 or 7 pay-per-views total from this week, the last couple of days, and what's happening over next weekend.
I'm currently not really working on much, but if you guys want to, check out my stuff, just follow me on Instagram at daniel.mart.1234, or check out my production company account, which is dmart_productions. And anything I'm working on, you could check it out there. But as it stands now, I'm not really working on much. But yeah, that's basically it for now.
All right. And like I guys have mentioned before, part one this episode is already uploaded and there's to watch. Like I mentioned before, I talked about my Note movie review, Vince McMahon time for WWE and all that other stuff. So that one is uploaded right now. And then part 2 episode will be uploaded either tonight or tomorrow night. But if you guys watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment what you thought that we discussed from Comic-Con this week. And don't forget to share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell when new episodes are uploaded. And of course, if you're listening on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts, don't forget to follow me there as well. But other than that, he's Donaze, he's Daniel, and I'm Trico, and we're signing off, y'all. Peace out.